What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Dev back with another video, and today, this is not some ordinary video. This video is not going to be regular. Today, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going over the exact strategy that has brought me 85% wins in this market, and that has actually made me six figures in this market within my last 13 months trading. 85%, that is a great strategy, and it's just a lot of things that I put together, that works in this market. It's going to be a swing trading strategy. It's gonna be based of the basic videos that I gave y'all. So if you have not went back and watched those basic videos that I have posted within the last recent weeks, you need to go watch those first before you go ahead and get started watching on this one, because this one is gonna clear up everything. And after you watch this video, your whole entire perspective of the foreign exchange market is going to change. If you haven't been profitable in the foreign exchange market, it's about to change. So what we need to do right now, everybody, let's go ahead and give this video a like. Go ahead and just give it a thumbs up, because that is completely free. It's completely free. For two, let's go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let's go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because that is absolutely free as well. Number three, let's go ahead and hit that bell, because you don't want to miss any sauce that I'm going to be giving out on this channel. So let's go ahead and do those three things. But we're going to go ahead and get straight into this video. What this strategy is actually called is called the crab trap. I call it the crab trap. So I'm going to go ahead and give you an overall breakdown of what I actually do from start to end. So first, on the daily time frame, I'm looking at USD JPY. On the daily time frame, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for my levels, my key levels. And what I mean by that is I'm going to go to the beginning of 2020. So I'm going to go over here and get my vertical line. Beginning of 2020, it was right here, and I'm just going to place a vertical line there. So now anything on the left side of this line does not matter. So cool, on everything on the right side is going to matter. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look for my high level and my low level. So what's the highest point that the market has been in 2020 for this pair? Is right here. So I'm just going to place a line there. The lowest point that the market has possibly been for USD JPY in 2020 is right here. So I'm just going to place a line there as well. So that's all that I'm going to do on the daily time frame right now. That's all that I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and bump down to the 4 hour. 4 hour, I'm going to zoom out. And what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to be able to trap price. I'm going to trap price of 2020. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and grab my trend line. I'm going to grab my trend line, and this is how I'm going to trap the price for the whole entire year. So I'm just going to go from this high here to this next high here. That's what I'm going to do for there. And then I'm going to go over here and get my trend line again. So this is going to be the downtrend, and this is going to be the uptrend. And I'm just going to connect it like this. So now what I'm going to do after this is I'm going to find my key trend lines to trap price within price. So, we're not waiting all of these times to, wait for the market to come out of this trap price. We're going to be able to use a strategy to where we can catch the trades inside of this trap price. So what we're going to do is we're going to identify another trend within this wedge. What you see overall outside, this is a flag pattern. This is a flag pattern. You can obviously see that it's made up like a flag. If you ever seen a flag, it's made exactly like that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually find this trend within this trend. So now I'm just going to look for key points of highs that I can possibly trap price again. So I'm going to grab another trend line, and what I'm going to do is now I'm just going to draw it exactly like this. Draw it exactly like that, and then I'm going to do the same exact thing that I did before, just on a smaller time frame. And now I'm going to find my low here and another low to connect it with. It takes 2 touches to be able to identify a trend line. So I'm going to connect it exactly like that. So now we trap price again within this large trap price. And it's going to make a lot more sense once I continue to go. So in my previous videos, I told y'all that Every breakout in the market is going to have a retest. It's just all about where do you enter? Where do you enter on that retest? So now what we do after we figure out how we're trapping price, now we're going to look for key areas of market structure. Now we're going to look for market structure. So we're going to come back and see where the market rejected a lot of times, and we're going to find a key support and resistance. A key support and resistance area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and grab my brush tool, and I'm going to see that the market rejected here very, very well. Rejected here very, very well. If we continue to go over, rejected here very, very well. Rejected here very, very well. Rejected here. And then all of this area here, it rejected very, very well. So now I know that this is a key area of market structure. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab my rectangle tool, and all I'm going to do is just connect this box. I'm going to connect this box. So now this is going to be my area that it's going to be a key area of support and resistance. So I'm going to explain that a little bit better. So right here, let's say the market went down here, came back up. It broke through as a support, became a ceiling. But when it broke through here, it was a ceiling and then became a floor. Went up, came back and rejected it again, acting as a support. Came up, rejected again, acted as a support here. Came through the floor. Now we have a ceiling. It went through, came back, and tested it again as a ceiling. Now we come back again after we rejected off the trap price as well. Came back, went down, rejected it as a support again. Rejected as a support. Rejected as a support. And then it went straight through it. Went straight through it. So now how are we going to capitalize off of this broken support? So for one, you can either trade the breakout. You can trade the breakout. But what this strategy is going to do is it's going to get you that swing entry of the retest. So it's going to give you the retest entry. So obviously you see I have a blue line here. I have a blue line here, and what this is a moving average. So if you come to the F up here and you type in moving, you type in moving, and moving average will pop up. You just click on it. Then you come up here and hit the settings button. So my inputs are, sorry, wrong one. My inputs are same as symbol, 50, close, and 0. And my style is just blue. So what this moving average is going to do, it's going to identify the breakouts for you. It's going to identify the breakouts for you. So once this line is above price, so when the blue line, the moving average is above price, we look for sales. But when the blue line is under price, we look for buys. Again, blue line over price, we look for sales. Blue line under price, we look for buys. So what this is going to do is we're going to use this blue line as a magnet. The market isn't going to move past this blue line very, very far before it comes back and tests it. So it's going to act as also a support and resistance for you. So that's why I have this blue line. So far we have a trap, we have the trend lines, we have support and resistance, and we have our moving average. So what's going to come next is how we're going to actually catch this sniper entry. How are we going to connect? How are we going to come, overcome the liquidity crabs and things like that? How are we going to, ignore the red? How are we going to take the emotions out of trading? How are we going to go as blue as possible, as fast as possible? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to grab our Fibonacci retracement. So if you just come up here, hit this arrow, you're going to see a fib retracement. So how we're going to look for a fib entry is if we're looking for a sell, we want to come from the most recent lower high to the most recent low. But if we were looking for a buy, we would come from the most recent low to the most recent high. So if I were looking for a buy, I would come from this low to high, but I'm looking for a sell in this case. So I would come from this most recent high and come to this most recent low. And I'm going to connect it just like that. I'm going to connect it just like that. So this is what the crab trap is going to do for you. It's going to give you that perfect entry. So on my fib levels, I'm going to go ahead and give y'all these fib levels. So I'm just going to click on, I'm going to go to my settings here. And these are my fib levels. These are my fib levels. I have the 0, I have the 61.8, I have the 1 and the -27 and the 71 and the 786. These are my fib levels, and I have my colors. You can use whatever colors that you want. But I also have a golden fib zone. I have a golden fib zone. I have this 71 fib red. It's red for a reason. This is going to be my most common entry. So I'm going to wait for price to retrace. Like I said, this is a Fibonacci retracement. So if I'm looking for that sell, high to low, I'm looking for the market to buy to sell. So I'm going to go ahead and explain these fib levels real quick. So I have a golden fib zone, and it's going to be at this 786 level and the 71 level. So I'm just going to place a box there. I'm going to place a box there, and I'm going to make it gold. That's going to be my golden fib level, and what that means is this is where I'm potentially looking to enter this trade. So with this fib level, what's actually happening right here is when I enter at this golden fib level, what we're going to have behind it is, for one, we're going to have this trap right here, this trend line. We realized that it was broken, but every breakout in the market is going to have a retest. It's going to correct itself. So what we're looking for is for it to come back and retrace to this trend line that I have here. So once it broke out the trend line, retest the trend line. And what that trend line is going to have right beside it, for one, you can see that this blue line right here, this 50 moving average, is sitting right at my 71 fib level. It's sitting at my 71 fib level. And like I said, that line is going to be used as a magnet. The market will not go too far before it goes above that line or come back and test that line. So that's what we're going to have right behind that. Then we're going to have our blue box right here. This blue box right here is going to be our resistance in this case. At first it was a support because it rejected here and went back up. But see, we broke through this support level. We broke through this support level. Now it's going to act as a ceiling, as a resistance. As a resistance now. So there's actually one more thing that I like to add to this strategy. And what it's going to be is, if we come up here to this FX and we type in swing, we're going to see swing high low support and resistance. We're going to tap on that, and we're going to hit this down arrow, and we're going to take the eye off of that. We're going to take the eye off of that. And what this is going to do is it's going to tell me where my support and resistance is. And I can see in this level where I have this box right here, this blue line, and we have a bunch of other blue lines right here. This is going to actually give us our key areas of support and resistance. So with my golden fib area, we have a blue line here as well and a blue line here. That connects well with my golden fib area. So that's going to give me a good sell opportunity. I'm going to go ahead and just take that off real quick. But what I'm going to actually look for in the future with USD/JPY, I'm going to look for a sell opportunity right here at the 71 fib level. So, and I'm going to make the take profit -27. So like I said, this strategy is going to be a swing strategy. I'm going to use it to swing trade. And the stop loss is always going to be 50 pips. So the most important thing about trading in the foreign exchange market is you're going to have to use proper risk management. And this strategy is more so for the swing traders that likes to hold those trades and make a lot of money off of their trades. So this is going to be a swing strategy. And the reason that I made my risk to reward like that is because we have to give the market some room to play around. It's going to give us some manipulation in the market. But as well as the risk, we're going to have 2 times the reward. We're going to have 2 times the reward. And how I actually set my take profit, this is going to be my final take profit. This is going to be my final take profit. So where you want to set your take profits is at key areas of market structure. So if I were to enter here, my first take profit would be here. Why? Because the market rejected in this area very, very well, and we like to react to the market. We're reacting to the market. We're not predicting the market. So we could get a trade from here to here. That's about 30 pips. That's going to give us, $3 on a minimum investment of 1 cent, $30 on a 10-cent lot size. Then that's going to give us $300 on a standard lot size of $1. That's actually great profit. And if you're using a trading plan, 30 pips a day is very, very good. But if you want to take this swing trade, you like to trail your stop loss, our final take profit is always going to be at this negative 27 fib level. My take profit is always at the negative 27 fib level. And this is going to be the final one of 137 pips. 137 pips. So family, that's just how I trade. I've actually been able to, come up with these different things to actually figure out this strategy. It took me a while. It took me a while to actually figure out something that was going to work for me. But ever since I've been using it, I can honestly say I sat down and studied things, and it actually worked for me. 85% wins in the market. In the last 2 months, I've been 74 wins and 12 losses. So this strategy is very, very profitable. And if you watch this video, you should definitely be profitable after you actually study this strategy and study your basic market structure. If you go back to my previous videos, you're going to see that I actually went over a lot of basic things. I gave out a lot of basic information that's going to be needed in your trading career. So good luck to everybody that's, just now starting their trading career. If you're in your trading career, about 6 months and you haven't made any profit, I promise you, if you just pay attention to every video that I post, you will be profitable in this market. I give out a lot of great information for all of the people, and it's gonna help everybody. At the end of the day, it's about everybody winning. And that is the purpose of my video today and giving my full strategy. But this is going to be the end of the video, everybody. I hope everybody learned something and took notes from this video, and I hope everybody is profitable. I hope everybody turns profitable. Again, my Instagram is going to be in the description. If anybody starts using this strategy, make sure you just show me some love. You go ahead and give me a DM, or you want to tag me or anything like that on Instagram. Please feel free to do it. I'll repost you and everything like that. But family, that is going to be the end of the video. Please give this video a like, give it a thumbs up, give it a subscribe, and family, I'm out.